Joe in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You are a physician, and you wanted to comment on Mayor Adam O'Neill's presence on the show?
I did, and my comments. You were very gracious to him, and that's because you're a gracious host, Tom. But man, I had some questions. I'm glad you asked him about Medicaid expansion, because I would bet a lot of money that this guy has supported most Republican policies, up to and including opposing the Affordable Care Act when he campaigned in the past. Now he's lost his hospital, and it's coming back to bite him in the butt.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's all true. That doesn't make him an evil person. It makes him somebody who's capable of learning.
Well, wait a minute. It doesn't make him an evil person, but he came back and said he's still a Republican because Republicans have done a lot of good in the state of North Carolina. I'd like to know what good they've done. Last I heard, they're trying to restrict the ability of people to vote in the state of North Carolina, the Republicans. So I don't know what good exactly they're doing.
Joe, here's the simple political calculus. If this guy, and this is the reason why I didn't take him apart in the way that you're describing. If Mayor O'Neill genuinely, I think he's a genuinely good guy. We've talked to him a couple times. I met him. I spent some time with him before we went on the air. I think he believes that he's doing the best thing. I think a lot of Republicans do. I know my father did. He went to his grave thinking that the Republican Party was the best for America. I disagree with him, but I think that there's a lot of people who genuinely think that Republicans are decent, and I think this guy was one of them. And if he is going to continue to be successful as an elected Republican mayor of a small town in South Carolina, pushing for an expansion of Medicaid in that state, if he's going to be successful at turning around the party that he's part of, that you and I agree is almost a criminal enterprise, the Republican Party, it's at least corrupt, totally in the bag with the billionaires and the politicians, using all kinds of race-baiting stuff, that deals with immigration or voting or welfare or anyhow, if he's going to be effective in changing that party from within, he's got to say things like, I'm a Republican and there's some good people here. Because otherwise he doesn't get reelected. And I'd like to see this guy get reelected because he's, one of the rare decent Republicans I've ever met.
Well, I tend to agree with that. I suspect I would rather see his Democratic opponent.
But that's not going to happen. He lives in a town where everybody watches Fox News and they all vote for Republicans.
Right. Well, and they're all in the same situation. I would guarantee you that most of them supported giving this private nonprofit corporation control that hospital because they probably got a few bucks.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, it's privatization. That's good. It's got to be good, right? Privatization's always good. Right. That's the Republican mantra. No, I get that, and he gets that. And those decisions, although he didn't make that decision, that was a decision that was probably made at the level of the county or the state legislature. But that decision has come back to bite him and his community in the butt, and has killed this young woman whose picture he was carrying with him. And so, Joe, I think that what we need to do is get behind this decent man and get over to Save Our Hospital, ourhospital.org, saveourhospital.org, and help him out. We'll be back. Joe, thanks a lot for the call. I'm totally with you. We'll be back.